Gerone Wright here, and once again you're joining me on my Gerone Wright channel. Okay. In this video I have you here in this beautiful image, which is a sky, one of our world's famous sky cities. I think how you pronounce it is Machu Picchu or Machu Picchu. If I'm wrong, I stand corrected. I looked at an image of this. It came up on my Gerone Plus Google Plus site. A person posted it. First and foremost, let me say that anytime that I see these sky cities like Machu Picchu, the one in Sri Lanka, Shagriya, whatever it is, that sky city, whenever I see these locations, the first thing I think about is great floods and Noah's arks, and how these places will be the most prime places to actually preserve human life and animal life. Like you can look these little sky cities where life will actually be situated until the waters resided after the floods. This is what I come to mind and seeing in this. All right. Now, when I'm drawn into an image, I'm drawn into it. I'm drawn into it in a sense, dimensionally and mentally, to where I'm drawn through this page, through the image, and I'm drawn into this location, and then I'm drawn all the way back to the time of when there was a civilization of people here. And it causes me to become so engrossed in thought until finally I say, well, how do we build it? And the answers start flowing in my mind. It's like I'm in a dimensional roller coaster ride with a reality that's beyond anything that you can possibly comprehend. But anyway, I want to build me a city like this. I want to build it next door, right here. I want to put my city on this look. It looks like I'm seeing something up there too. I'm gonna have to go back and check that out. I'm seeing something right there, and it almost looks like an ape's face. But I'm gonna let that go. But that's what that looks like right there in the shadows. An ape's head right there. But I'm gonna let that go for now. That's what this is. This is what that is telling me. But anyway, forgive me, dear ape ancestor. I'm gonna level this, and I'm gonna make me a city like this here. Let's pretend this is not here, and I'm coming here to build my city. Now, I don't, unlike ancient alien theorists and other theorists, people that speculate how this city got built, how aliens flew in and they laser cut the rock, this, that, the third, and gave these ancient people the knowledge to do this. Well, there's a ancient, once you get out of your mind that mankind was not placed here in the way that they say that Adam and Eve came, which by the way doesn't fly. But anyway, once you get that out of your head, you become to realize that man has been around forever. We had to evolve. Our planet used to be a oceanic planet. It still is, but mostly embodied with water, meaning that we had to evolve through the water. So there was a process of man. There was a passage of mankind then that evolved through the water onto land and through all of these different mutations before we finally became who we are today. So there's a history of us that dates back beyond that of what traditional science has us to believe in the first place. But anyway, I don't want to get sidetracked because I only have 15 minutes, in which I done used about 4 or 5 of that up now. I want to level this. So I'm going to use mythology to level this. And I'm going to use Mother Nature to level this. And bring you a sense of reality of how I can level this mountain here. Now, I'm going to take you back with me mentally the way I went back to build this location. So now we're going to build this location. In my time of being in this era, I noticed that there was a chemistry between the sky and the earth that could help me create this. What was that chemistry? It was lightning. This lightning I witnessed had a laser-like effect on rock upon strikes. I realized that with these strikes that on these locations, it was because of a chemistry that there was a chemistry between the sky, the lightning strike, and the location that it was striking, the element that was in the earth. So now I have to understand what was the element, what was the attraction, what was the attraction in the earth that caused the lightning to strike and annihilate pieces of rock or pieces of material objects that was on the planet. So then I collect that chemistry after I find out what it is, and I take it and I put it here on this mountain here in precise precision to where when these lightning strikes come, they actually slice away at the mountain. Now, as I'm getting better and better with this, as my first strike goes, you have to crawl before you walk. So as I'm getting better and better, these cuts from these lightning strikes are becoming more and more precise to the point to where I have me a plateau and I have me a civilization in a high altitude place where no one else would normally be able to actually understand how they got there unless you actually witnessed it. So now with me having this higher knowledge and being sick in the head like a lot of our ancestors was, well, then and again they could have believed in a God, so I'm not going to say sick in the head. So I give this technology of mine the name of a god. Zeus, Thor. Thor is more appropriate. Imagine with the hammer, chiseling away. Thor's mighty hammer, breaking rock, creating my city. You see, people, there is logic behind some of this mythology that we have, and the chemistry between Mother Nature, which is lightning, and Earth. Basically, what I am describing is a laser-like technology that is not alien. Well, it could be alien if you want to look at it that way, but it's all an energy that can be summoned up and directed and guided if you know and understand what is happening around you. Imagine me lacing this mountain, copper, gold, whatever, that attracts that lightning in a chemistry way. Another way to look at this is a welder and an arc rod and a welding rod. The chemistry that where you have electric, which is lightning, you have 240 volt or whatever the chemistry that you want to use for welding metal, okay? You take that chemistry and you take and make, it's called an electrode. You put electrodes around here, this mountain, which would act as sticks of dynamite. When the lightning comes in and cracks it, pow, breaks off chips of this mountain and it makes it child's play. Moves Earth in a way that machines and man cannot. In enormous amounts. How many minutes do I have? Oh, we're doing good here. You see, people, so now I have solved the mystery of how mountains were leveled. Now, if you don't want to believe that it was in a controlled scenario, which makes perfect sense because we have the mythology that supports what I'm stating, the gods of thunder and lightning, we have science backing me up because it is scientifically possible for lightning to strike off the top of a mountain with precisely placed, let's say, lightning rods or electrodes in a controlled scenario to slice the mountain off and carve in a sense that, because when you put detonation charges, when they're doing it today, when they blow away rocks in quarries and rock quarries, you have controlled detonations in a line, in formation. So imagine that technology applied to lightning in a direct sense. You could possibly even carve a mountain, carve a face in this mountain through that. If you practiced in it enough and understand and watched it enough on how it could be done. Carefully placed and devices which attract lightning, which would cause a strike, which would cause there to be a reaction, a detonating reaction that would cause a cause and effects that would cause this to be created. My name is Gerone Wright. I'm going to end this video there. And here we have another world's mystery solved through my paranormal experience and encounter. Thank you.